Yo everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a review on the brand new M.I.A palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. If you guys remember, not that long ago, ABH also released the M.A palette, which was super hyped up because obviously of who M.A is. She's a very famous makeup artist on Instagram, and M.I.A is an incredibly famous makeup artist on YouTube. And if you don't follow her now. Have a look at her channel. She's so sweet. I love her accent. She's from Tanzania in Africa, and she's got such a cute accent, and everything to me sounds like she's asking a question. Even if she's just making a statement, she just sounds like she's asking a question. But she's really sweet and super lovely, and she has collaborated with Anastasia Beverly Hills to bring us this brand new palette. And this is what it looks like. Now, it's only been out for about a week. I think it came out on Monday in America and Tuesday after the bank holiday in the UK. I bought mine from Cult Beauty, which is an authorised supplier of Anastasia Beverly Hills products in the UK. I will list them below. You can probably still get it now. It will eventually sell out. So if you are interested in it... Oh crap, I just dug my finger in. Get it now. So these are what all the shades look like. Now with the M.A palette, obviously I had used it all week before I did a review. Now this is, I've used it twice now. I used it yesterday and I used it today. And it has got its same mix up as before of 5 matte shadows and 5 kind of shimmery shadows, with 2 pops of colour within those shimmery shadows, just the same as the M.A palette. Now, I am going to have to show you, just for comparison's sake, some of the shades which are the same. Now, there is Caramel in the M.A palette right there, which is also in the M.I.A palette, as well as Vanilla. But I'm not sure. I think the vanilla is the same. Yeah, it's the same. So it's also got, it's got caramel and it's got vanilla. And then it's got this shade Legend, which is like a gold shimmery shade, which is very similar to the gold bar shade in the M.I.A palette. And another shade which is in the M.I.A palette, which is called, let me just take the brush out. It's called Sienna. Now, Sienna is also in one of the other Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. I think it's the Catwalk palette, I think, or the Lavish palette. I can't remember which one. So you may have some of these shades already. They are very popular crease shades, so I do understand the need to use them again in this. But because it was a new palette with a new collaboration, I would have assumed that they would have, instead of using 3 to 4 shades, which you can find in other one of their palettes, to do different ones. But anyway, the first shade that I've got here is called Nude, and I'll be honest, on my skin tone it came out nude. I couldn't see it pretty much. I piled it on yesterday. I went out for my friend's hen do last night, and it was a Japanese themed party, and I did my makeup look very geisha-esque. If you follow me on Instagram, you will see it on there. If not, I will attempt to connect my crappy phone to my laptop and show it to you. But Nude looks like that. It pretty much did not show up on me out. I've still got swatches from my other video on here. The Stila Stay All Day lipstick don't even come off with water in a tissue. So anyway, so that's that shade there. So it's a very pale, creamy matte shade. And it doesn't really show up on me at all. I think it will probably show up better on deeper skin tones. I think it's too similar to my own skin tone. Then the next one is called Deep Brown, which, as the name suggests, is almost like a black brown. And I did use this yesterday to give myself an outer V shade. And it is a very gorgeously pigmented shade. And it's right there. Then there's Sienna, which is like a burnt brown orange shade. Looks like that. Very popular shade, and it's a gorgeous shade to use in your crease. I'm using it here, and I am using it on my, why am I doing that? I'm using it on my outer V area today. If you can see that shade right there, that is Sienna. It's a gorgeous shade. And I'm also using Warm Taupe today. Now this one is almost like a beigeish creamy grey shade. Now this one I used in my full crease today. I've used quite a lot of colours. I used warm taupe and I used caramel in my crease. Then I used sienna in my outer V. And this one looks like that. And it does show up really nicely. And maybe you can see it there. Really nice shade to use for like work looks or school looks, or if you want to just give your eyeball some definition but you don't really want to put anything else on the rest of your eyelid. Vanilla is, as the name suggests, it's a bit of a shimmery kind of white shade, and it looks like that. I used that to highlight my brow bone today, and there it is. So it's the same as the one pretty much on the Amrezi palette. Now the different-ish ones are on the lower half of the palette. These are the two bright pops of colour. Not sure how much of a bright pop peach is, but you can see I'm wearing it on the outer half of my lid, and then I'm using Aqua, which is this gorgeous light blue shade with a bit of shimmer to it, and Peach is a very, very buildable shade, a gorgeous pinky peach colour. Then there's a Glisten, which again reminds me a lot, I'm not sure of, oh yes it is, of course there is a Glisten shade in the Amrezi palette right there. So again, it's another shade which has been done again. I do really like this palette, but I'm quite disappointed that there are so many repetitive shades that you can get in other palettes. I know if something is popular, the need to continuously bring it out and bring it out and bring it out all the time, but you really don't. If it's a new palette, make it a new palette, and even if you do want to keep some of the shades, just keep one or two. So that is a little bit disappointing. It's a lovely kind of beigeish gold shade, and then again there's Caramel, which is in the Amrezi palette, and then there's Gold Bar, which is a very yellow gold shade. I actually do think it's slightly different to Legend in the Amrezi palette, and this is beautiful. It is a nice yellow gold. You see it there, and that is what I'm wearing on my inner tear duct today. And then obviously it comes with a little brush. Their brushes are actually pretty good most of the time. The packaging is the usual kind of cardboard, nothing too extravagant, but pretty straightforward, assuming the way that the packaging, the colours and everything have been designed is to represent. This is to do with like African kind of print. And then the box is very similar with everything written on the back. What I really liked with this palette is that it came with all these Get the Look cards. And I actually did do one of these today because I was looking at the palette going, what shall I do? I'm not sure. So I just thought, hey, let me just use one of these. And then it's got step by step, and it's got M.I.A's eyes on the back of her doing a step by step recreation of each look. Let's see, which one did I do today? I can't even remember which one it was. I think it was this one. Was it this one? Yeah, it was this one. What do we think? Do we think it looks similar? Aside from the false eyelashes, which obviously I don't have on, but hey, pretty close. So yes, so that is it for my review on the M.I.A palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I hope that you find this review useful. I will say that my favourite still out of this one and the Amrezi one is the Amrezi one, because it's got a few more wearable colours, plus it's got shades that, this one has shades that don't really show up on my skin tone, which is a little bit annoying. And because I'm always geared more towards very bright jewel type shades, that one kind of helps more than this one. I'm not sure how often I will be likely to be wearing a kind of a pale blue shade, and I know that that's the same for a lot of other people too. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, the peach shade is really pretty, and I do like Sienna and Caramel, to be honest, but so at least I know I'm never going to run out of those shades. But would definitely like the next palette, whoever's collaboration they decide to do it with. I'm guessing Jaclyn Hill, might be wrong, who knows, that it comes out with all new shades. Other than that, I hope that you're all well. I hope that you enjoyed this review and that you found it useful and helpful. Any more questions, feel free to ask me below, and have a great day. Bye.